What is up, guys? And finally we are once again out here in nature, and for today's adventure we are doing an overnight survival camping trip with our limited gear, and we got no food, no water. I will try to make our own shelter, try to make fire, and hopefully find something to eat, so stick around. So there's plenty of stuff around here that we can use to build our shelter. So one of those are these small bamboo poles. They are called bagakay in our vernacular language, and there's tons of bagakay around here, but we have to be extra careful when using them, because once their fibers start to break, they are literally sharper than a knife. There's actually a tribe somewhere in Luzon that used to use these types of bamboos as their cutting tools to process the meat and animals that they harvested from the wild. I don't know if you can see that in the GoPro, but that is an edible tree snail. So these types of snails are 100% safe to eat, since they spend most of their lives hanging on top of trees and leaves, and once they get infected to the bacteria that are on the ground, so they eventually would die. So that's how we know they are clean and safe for eating. And maybe some of you might be asking, what about the river? Can we get anything, something to eat from the river? I mean, this river is partially dead, and there's literally almost zero fish living in here, aside from the guppy. They're swimming around, and maybe a few quite small varieties of catfish, but apart from those, there's nothing except for like maybe freshwater crabs, and but there's still plenty of common tree frogs around here. See, we have one big cluster of Ficus heteropoda. but unfortunately I think they are not yet ready for eating. We have to wait until they turn orange or red. So when it comes to making primitive shelters out in these areas, we would have no problem at all, since if you notice, we have all of these wild bananas out here. We also have a ton of palm trees, so those types of leaves we could potentially use as our roofing for our primitive shelter. And apart from the bamboo poles, we also have lots of fallen trees and branches that we can also use to make a makeshift shelter. So shelter has been addressed. Water, obviously we have the river right here beside us. And when it comes to fire, let's just hope that we can find dried enough materials, because we are going to start our fire using a bow drill method. So I did not bring any modern fire starting materials with me, so we are going to try to start a fire using friction fire. If we are not able to make fire, then we will just might spend the entire afternoon as making an insulated shelter that is going to sustain us for the rest of the evening. Okay, so we also have these edible ferns, but you have to be up early in the morning so you can get the fiddleheads out of these ones, and they are not so many around here. I have already spotted like maybe only a few of them, so less than 10, but it's good enough that maybe we can harvest a few of these young shoots at dawn. So this is the spot where I am planning to camp. So right between these two star apple tree, okay, where it is 100% shaded and it is away from the riverbank. So that's at least 6 meters above the ground from this creek. So we are 100% safe if in case it's going to rain down heavy for tonight. Alright, since we are talking about camping with limited gear, so this is just all I brought with me for today's adventure. So I only have a knife. This is a poncho, so this is just a poncho with an extra shirt inside if in case it's going to rain hard. I also brought with me 2 pieces of garbage bags to at least waterproof my electronics, and I also have a cooking pot, stainless cooking pot, and inside of this pot I have a headlamp, of course, to aid me during the night, and also this helps a lot during filming. Some condiments, so this is just salt and pepper, and lots of cordage. Okay, so this is just all paracords, okay, from my tarps. So I'm probably going to use this. Also, optionally, not going to use any of this for my shelter. Okay, so this is all I have with me for today, and they were packed inside of this vintage duffel bag. Okay, so apart from those, I also have here with me my personal items like my wallet, motorcycle key, and some spare batteries inside. Okay, so these are what we have for today's survival camping adventure. And while the sun is high, I think it's time to gather stuff that we could use for our shelter, and probably lots and lots of firewood. So this is where I'm going to be staying for the night. So we are 6 feet away from the water, like elevation wise, and I'm going to utilize this tree. At least right here we are shaded all throughout the evening, and if in case it rains, it's not going to pour really hard right down on us, since we are just going to make use of primitive roofing materials. And we have easy access to the river, and also on this side we have easy access towards the hillsides of the mountains. Okay, so less talking, let's start working. So when you're cutting nuts on a bamboo pole like this one, you don't want to use the edge of your knife and chop it directly onto here, because this thing is very hard. So this is extremely hard. it could potentially break the edge of your knife. So what I do is I would use the spine or the back part of my blade and pound it against this thing to at least uh, destroy the fibers. And after this one has been destroyed, then I'll use the edge to clean off the knot. So it's that easy. So that is to retain the sharpness and the edge of your blade. So I guess this is enough materials right here that will serve as the main frame for my shelter. And along the way I've also gathered a few firewood and some fire making materials. So this is a dead fishtail palm. We can use all of these fibers to help us aid our fire. So we have one problem here. It's, I think it's past 3 o'clock and my shelter isn't up yet, and we have thunder clouds, and you've been hearing frequent thundering from up the mountains. So I think it's going to rain anytime soon. Regardless of the weather, we are still going to continue build our shelter. So I now basically have 2 tripods established. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm planning or want to do a raised bed, because out here in the tropical wilderness you don't want to sleep directly on the ground, especially at this time of the year where most of the trees and berries are fruiting. And when it's that time of the year, ants usually come out from the ground, and the ants here, you don't want them to get inside of your pants, of your clothes, or into your sleeping system. So that is why in the Philippines it is very much ideal to at least build a raised bed when you're out here camping, making a primitive shelter. So the main frame is now up, and it's time to test it if it's going to hold my weight. I should be fine. So the nuts involved here are just basically timber hitch and just a lashing nut. Then here, so I made use of zip tie nuts. So these are just a series of jam nuts. Sometimes cutting is more efficient, so I had to cut a few paracords. And next thing to do is to slice up this bigger bamboo pole to make it a one wide piece. So we call this process sa in Bisaya. So basically just breaking down all of these fibers and spread it into a one nice flat piece so I can put it on top of this bed. So when you want to chop a bamboo, do it diagonal so you don't go against the fibers. And after that, you just chop all of the fibers into thin pieces, just like this, rolling around. You have to cut all of these partitions. That's why I love this blade. So this is the parang. So this is a parang machete. This is hand forged and made locally from Camotes Island. So this is from my friend Renato Sampan, so Lagan Ventures, and I was the one who made the leather sheath. Okay, so this is based on the Malaysian parang design, but only difference is this blade is in full tang. So you can see from the tip down to the bottom of the handle, so the metal goes all the way through. So it's much more reliable, but quite heavier on the arms though, but it just the job really well, and it's very good for bushcrafting and survival camping. This is by far the best knife I could recommend for bushcraft and survival. Okay, after breaking all of these partitions, then you can make a one single line to cut the entire piece. You can make use of a baton stick. Okay, once you break the entire thing, it opens up like so. And from here you can already see I have a flat surface made from one single bamboo pole. So what I'm going to do next is just to clear out all of these partitions, or simply just leave it as is. Anyways, I can already place it here. We might have to clear up more space here, so it doesn't then fold way back. Okay, so I'm just going to break this one more piece and put it this way. It doesn't matter if it doesn't go all the way through, as long as my back is covered, and I'm good. Okay, so the best bamboo to use here is actually green bamboo, but since we don't really have to cut more bamboos around, since we are just going to spend the night for an overnight trip, so I'm just making use of the fallen bamboos that are on the ground. Okay, so to those of you who might say that I am wasting resources out here, keep in mind bamboo is basically just a giant piece of grass, so they grow all around here like very fast. So when you cut one bamboo pole today, next week it's going to shoot up another fresh new bamboo pole. And if you've noticed, around camp we have plenty of bamboos around here, so there's not much to worry about cutting pieces of bamboo. Anyways, let's get back to work. You may not have noticed it, but some of these fire ants are already inside of my pants. It sucks doing all of this while itching different parts of your body because of these ants. So I added more sticks underneath it. Now it's time to see if it works. Now that the bed is finished, so next ordeal is our roof. I'm just so thankful it still hasn't rained, so that means we still have 1 more hour to prep our fire. Hopefully we'll get the fire going. So this is what I was telling you about. So by the time you break these bamboos, especially when they are almost dry, so these things are extremely sharp. It can cut away your skin pretty much easily. So you have to be careful when dealing with these ones. So I might have forgotten that I have a poncho. So for me, I'll just make use of this stuff as my roofing material, and if it's not enough, then I'll try to get more banana leaf or any leaf I could find here that I can utilize as a roofing. So I now have a temporary roofing. So I decided to just go with this one rather than spending too much time and effort gathering leaves around while we only have like an hour remaining of daylight left, since I still have to make fire. So I think this is just it for this time, and then if I still have enough time later tonight, then I'll gather some more leaves that I can add on for this type of shelter. So this poncho has no tie-out point, so I just made use of basic camp knots. So you may have watched my other videos. So this is just a sheet bend. All four corners of this, I just use a sheet bend, and as a tensioner, so this is just a taut line hitch. Same goes on this side. And this is how it looks from the back side. So the poncho might not be enough, so that's why I'm planning to gather more bamboo, I mean banana leaves, later to this day. Alright, it's almost dark now, but I have already finished preparing all of my materials for our fire. So this is our tinder. So these are all palm tree leaves and the fishtail palm fibers. I hope they are dry since it was also raining the past couple of days. And I have some more extra paracord which I'm going to use for my bow. And I found this really nice and dry stick somewhere along the way, so I gathered it. And I have this nice piece of bow which I'm going to use with this rope. And for this one I'm going to craft a spindle out of this. So for this one, this is going to be my handle. So this is the root of a star apple tree, and I've also gathered a few twigs that is going to catch the fire, that we will hopefully produce ember from this one. So I'm just cutting a little divot on this board, so where my spindle can drill a hole and hopefully produce some ember on this one. So we'll just try and get used with our system. Nothing special. Okay, so after carving our hole, going to carve a notch outside so we can introduce air into our system. Okay, so I'm not going to put out a tutorial on the bow drill file. If you want some tutorial on this, I actually have a separate video on my channel, so you go ahead and watch that. My aim for today is just to produce fire so I can finally get water from the stream and boil it. Okay, so that's it with our fire. It's not easy, but you have to be really prepared for your materials before you start making your bow drill. So next ordeal for the day is to get some water and boil it so we can finally have some hydration. And just like that, right after we started our fire, the rain started pouring. I hope this doesn't go heavy, otherwise our campfire is so ruined, since all of the water that's coming from up there will eventually go down here and smother our fire. So while it's still raining really slow, I might as well gather some water so we can boil it. So while we are still waiting for that water to boil, so I've decided, since we still have like a few minutes of daylight left, why not use it to have a quick dip by the river, so at least refresh ourselves, since I am so exhausted with all of these things that we did earlier. So let's go have a quick dip and have a fresh start. I've been wanting to do that since earlier, just because there are so many ants inside of my pants, so that feels really nice and it's actually refreshing. Would you look at the sky and can you guess if it's going to rain tonight? It's actually having some little showers right now, but just not enough to actually make us wet. So there's our shelter right there, and we are just killing time by having this really nice dip by this little pool. I'm having a fish spa right now. If you can see all this rainbow guppy. So we're back at camp and we finally have boiling water. So we will just leave that for about a few minutes more, and then so surprise, so I actually cheated. Apart from the 4 items I brought with me today, I actually did bring some coffee. Don't get me wrong, I like survival and all, but I also like my coffee. This is just a mediocre coffee anyway. So yeah, so while it's still not raining really hard and we still have a few minutes of daylight left, so I'm going to make use of my time to gather more banana leaves to actually waterproof this side and that side, and hopefully that's going to protect us for the night if in case it decides to rain down really hard tonight. So I finally finished my shelter and we're now just making coffee. I'm going to wait until it gets dark before we finally go foraging and hopefully find something to eat. Unfortunately, in this part of the video, the audio on my GoPro suddenly stopped working, probably due to the water vapor that has got into the mic set. So I decided to just stop filming and probably skip the foraging activity. Okay, so just to give you guys a little bit of update. So what's going on around camp? I've tried foraging the rivers earlier today, but up to no avail. There's literally like zero amounts of frogs that we can forage around this time of year. I've seen a couple of snails, I've seen a couple of freshwater crabs, but I think it's not worth it to like maybe gather a few of them or forage a few of them, then end up like spending just an overnight adventure for this trip. So I might as well just fast for tonight. Anyways, I am very much sheltered here and the rain has actually stopped, so we are expecting at least a fair weather for this evening, and I am just reheating my coffee, so at least we can have some coffee before we hit the sack. Okay, so why am I sleeping with my pants hanging on top of this ridge pole? So we've had quite a few problems with the ants. So this morning I mentioned to you why I don't want to sleep directly on the ground. So this is exactly the reason. So everywhere everywhere you look, there's just enormous amounts of ants right here. So it's in every forest floor. I'm even taking my shoes off. See? So every time I'm putting my feet on the ground, they just come up like in a very short amount of time. And there goes my sock. So all of my stuff are up here, even my shoes. So shoes, the bag, everything must be on top. At least I am well sheltered now. So we have less problem dealing with the ants. So I am in my bed now. So completely above the ground and also protected from any expected rain. So we have also gathered a few coconut husks so we can have a continuous smoke while we sleep for the evening. So finally, uh, good night. Good morning, guys. So right now it's like still 5:30 in the morning. I slept for maybe roughly 5 hours. I kept waking up because at dawn the temperature dropped and I did not have any sleeping bag with me. So luckily I bought this garbage bags, which also served as my blanket to keep me insulated during the night. So having this two pieces of garbage bags was a lifesaver. I ended up wearing my pants and my shoes, so just to provide more insulation. And the smoke died maybe after midnight, so I was having also troubles with a little bits of mosquitoes, but not that many. And then yeah, it rained a little, but not so much. And the shelter has uh, kept me outside of the rain. I mean, off the rain. Overall, I've had a good night of sleep, and then it's probably time to pack things up and break camp. Unfortunately, we don't have embers left on the fire, so I think boiling water is not an option, and as well as having a coffee, maybe we'd have to skip that one as well. So we'll just enjoy a beautiful morning out here in nature and then break camp. Same as before. It's like no one was ever here except from those bamboo poles and some leaves. So once again, we are done with our adventure, and thank you guys for coming along. And yeah, that's about it. It's a pleasant morning out here in Sapang Naku Mountains. See you again on the next one. Bye.